Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to another episode. The tables look like that for a couple days now. I've been waiting to get some stuff in the mail, and I'll go over what that is here in a minute. But today's episode is just going to be some more prep work, some more getting things ready, getting the bow ready, getting the arrows ready. Let's just get into it and show you guys what I've been waiting for. I've been waiting for this right here. I have a new single pin sight on my bow, the True Glow Range Rover, I believe. What I like about this single pin compared to most, so what I like about this single pin is this driver here is geared. So it has a tightening screw here. So you can tighten that all the way down, and then you can't move your yardage slider, right? But if you leave that fairly loose, it's not going anywhere. You're not gonna be able to bump that, but you can still move it. And that's one complaint I had about my other one. And that is the only complaint I had about this slider pin, is you can't, there wasn't tension there that you could move it with. So you had to loosen that up no matter what, and then move your slider up and down. It was just kind of on its own tension system. So you couldn't leave it unscrewed, because when you shot, it would move. There'd be play in this, right? That's what this, I don't know what they call it. I don't know the industry terms, nothing like that. But the gears, it literally just has gears that it can crawl up and down. So there's always a bit of tension on here. So I can quickly, in the stand, go from 20 to 40 without having to worry about it moving up or down. You know, deer's coming, I'm hooked in, I unclip for 1 second, move it. I don't have to worry about multiple things. I 100% suggest you get a single pin. It has changed bow hunting for me forever. I struggled with the multi-pin setup because my vision's already kind of bad. I'm trying to get that clear sight picture with 4 pins in my way at 40, or if I want to try to shoot 60, you know, it's 5 pins you have. It's not an enjoyable experience. These single pins changed my life. I'm slowly upgrading. I got a little more expensive one, but that's still sub $100. Well, I think it was $100 exactly for that single pin right there. So I donated my old single pin to Marilyn's bow. But let's get started on the arrow work. So I have a problem with cheap targets, bad shooting, and ripped fletching all the time. Ever since I first put on one of these, I've never had a ripped fletching since. So I bought a whole new pack, like I think there's 12 arrows. I cut all the fletching off them. Get this fletching put on. Then we need to go cut down some arrows for my bow. And I gotta cut 1 arrow for Marilyn's bow. And then we can do some tuning. I'm gonna do some paper tuning. So I got this right here. We're gonna do some paper tuning as well, because I moved everything once I took my old sight off. Anyway, too much rambling. Let's get to some boiling of water. The demons in this house sometimes. I tell you what. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and leave that light off. Sipper! It wasn't thunder. It wasn't lightning. It was literally the light. Calm down. Put it in. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. And just like that, our arrows are fleshed. So simple. You just want to put it in there for 10 seconds. You pull it out, you touch it a little bit, make sure it doesn't slide or move. Let it cool. Next step will be cutting, and then we can get to paper tuning. All right, on to the next step, cutting these arrows down to length. I marked one of them already. I am no scientist, so I don't know the specifics on how long your arrow should be. I draw my bow back and mark just beyond the riser, and then that broadhead sits in front of my riser. I know I see a lot of other people, that broadhead is above their riser. It's, you know, it's only a couple inches in front of their arrow rest, what have you, just outside the riser. I've marked this one. If you are struggling, you don't want to cut these at home, for whatever reason, here is the easiest way to do it. A pipe cutter you just go get yourself one of these little pipe cutters. It cuts a perfectly straight line around. There's no carbon fiber debris in the air. You have to worry about breathing or anything like that if you're using a Dremel or a power tool. So this makes it really easy. Now you're not gonna wanna do 50 arrows with one of these because it takes time. You gotta spin it, tighten it, tighten it, obviously. In a pinch, when you gotta do, 10 arrows, this is perfect. Now that it's in there and it's solid, it's gonna be perfectly circular when I start spinning it. So you tighten it a little bit, just spin it. There we go, spin it a few times, now it's easy. Tighten it down another turn, spin it a few more times. Tighten it down a little more, don't do this too high. Cool, cool, I hear it cracking. Take one more tighten, I think. Cool. There it is, boom, look at that. And there you have it, a perfect circular cut. And I can hit this up with some, a little bit of 400 grit sandpaper wet if you want, just to clean it up. But I mean, that's a pretty clean, level cut. Now all I have to do is put an insert in them, and it's easy as that. This arrow is now cut to length, fletched. Arrow number 1, which I have to write on here now, and it's super glued in there. We'll see how it holds. I don't know how well that did. All right, this is arrow number 2. And here is my paper tuning rig. I just used a 2x4. I had this laying around already. My target's behind everything. Then I got the door open just in case something crazy happens. I don't want any holes in my door or my wall. Let that arrow go. See you later. Perfect. That is pretty much what you're looking for. I got a little bit of a long tear there, but I can't tell if that's just the paper or not. That's pretty damn close. Now, if when I start shooting at longer ranges, I notice my arrow, I'll come back or I'll go get it tuned at an actual bow shop and see if they can help me out. But otherwise, I think we're good to go. Just like that, ladies and gentlemen, the bows are tuned, the arrows are ready. All we need to do now is get to a bow shop to get a peep put in for Marilyn and my string to be adjusted slightly. And then we're ready to sight in these single pin sights. And I will go thoroughly through that and I will give you guys my honest thoughts on this new sight, which I think is gonna be amazing. But anyway, regardless, where are you guys at with all your prep? Are you ready? Have you been prepping? Let me know in the comments below. But for now, like, share, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, see you in the woods.